I'm 6 months post ACL surgery. Every day is the same. I sit in a lonely weight room while I hear my team laughing on the field outside. I'm not even a player anymore. I'm just a patient. I'm starting to hate the gym. I'm starting to hate the game. Is it even worth coming back if I'm just going to be a slower version of who I was?
Man, that's tough. I know recovering from injuries is one of the hardest things to do. I personally have suffered 2 severe ankle injuries in my life. I've sprained my ankles terribly several times, and I know in that recovery period, it's hard to just think about getting back out there, especially there's fragile parts of the body where it feels like you're never going to be as good as you once were because of this injury. It's actually quite insane, to be honest. I think about this a lot, and I'm not laughing at your situation, I'm laughing at my own, but I think about the fact that the human body, women can grow a whole nother body inside of them. But dude, you sprain your ankle one time and it's over. And so that's not the case, but that's what it feels like. And so I want to touch on that. I think an important distinction is you were building your mentality a lot in this moment and you don't even realize it. And a lot of it comes down to delayed gratification. There are things you're sharpening your mindset to push through the pain. That's a huge one. And that will help you long-term a lot. Somebody who can push through the pain has a lot of potential to do super hard things and achieve very high levels of success in their life because they know what it's like to push through the pain. And some people never have to experience that, but some people do. And honestly, I don't want to speak to your situation, but speaking to my own, I've had to push through a ton of pain in my life, both physical, emotional, all the senses, And I think somebody who pushes through the pain, I think that's honestly a blessing from God because it teaches you a lot of lessons. You learn a lot of lessons in the pain that help you tremendously in life.
If you try to quit now, you're just going to regret because you're not going to know if you even were slower or if you were better or just the same. Chances are you'll be able to work that back up and you'll be just as good as you were before. And if not, you can still work to get there. You may not get there immediately, but you've still got time to work through it.
Yeah. You don't hate the sport, you're bored. And that's what I struggle with so much is I kind of turned my boredness into bro, do I even want to get back out there? Do I even want to? I don't think you hate the sport. I think you're bored. And that's a very natural thing, dude. When I sprained both of my ankles. I'm going to tell this story so quickly. I've got to tell this because it's football related. I played hockey, and I sprained one of my ankles super bad playing hockey. I thought I broke it clean off, literally clean off, but I didn't. And so I went to a party a few weeks after I had sprained that ankle. Still couldn't put any weight on it, but I could hop on one foot and use crutches. And I had a lot of friends at this party playing football there. And we were playing football, or I wasn't playing football, but I was watching them. And then I got the bright idea. I was like, bro, I can throw the ball. And so I was like, I'm going to be all-time QB. Well, started throwing the ball. Wide receivers were not catching anything. So I had the bright idea. I was like, listen, I'm going to let you guys run. You guys get the DBs all the way out there. I'm going to hop on one foot, and I'll get us a ton of yards. We'll get a first down, everything, all this stuff. Brilliant plan on paper, but you probably know where this story's going. And so I start hopping on one foot. Wide receivers go out. I start hopping on one foot, and I get about 15 yards downfield, and all of a sudden I absolutely roll my good ankle and just obliterate it. I mean, swollen to the baseball size, within minutes. And so the reason I say all that is because I spent the next month after that with 2 sprained ankles where I couldn't even walk, bro. I was literally slithering through my house like a snake because I could not walk. And I got so bored, bro. I couldn't do anything. And a lot of that turned into, do I even want to play football anymore? Do I want to play hockey anymore? And it took a lot of realizing it wasn't that I hated those sports. It was that I was just bored and I was frustrated that I had suffered those injuries doing those activities. And it wasn't actually that I hated those activities. I actually loved those activities. But That's an important distinction. I don't think you don't hate the sport. I think you're bored. Another important thing for you to do is redefine what wins are. You know, like depending on your position, wins used to be like touchdowns or tackles or something happening on the field. That's not what your wins are now. Your wins now, as somebody who's recovering and going through PT or whatever that may be, are different. Your wins are going to look like an extra rep, doing something technical, helping the team with like film, doing things that you can do with your injury, and those are what your wins are going to be now. And it's important to celebrate those wins, and hopefully your team will help you celebrate those wins. But it's important to acknowledge them internally as just yourself to realize like, hey, there still are ways I can contribute. I've seen players get injured and contribute so much from the sidelines as an injured player that they dramatically increased the team's skill level because they were putting time into watching film and realizing what their opponents were doing, or spending time with other players, spotting them, doing things that they get, whatever they could do. I've seen huge impacts come from the sideline, and I wouldn't discount that. As crazy as it sounds, and I know you're not like, I'm not telling you to supersede your coach, but like think of the impact your coach has on the team, and he never even steps on the field during a game. You have that same opportunity to do while you're injured, and I think that's going to be something that helps you tremendously. Just sharpen your mind, learn the technical side of football. A lot of players just get on, they know the physical side, but if you can spend this time to learn the technical side of things, bro, you could be unstoppable by the time you get back. And the last thing I'll tell you, just to provide hope, depending on the situation and the severity of your injury, modern surgeries a lot of times will repair a ligament in a way that makes it actually stronger than it was before. And that's assuming you do all your physical therapy and everything right. That's a whole nother conversation, whole nother video. But if you go through your physical therapy correctly, like there's a chance, a big chance actually, that you could come back stronger than you were before. And so let that be an encouragement to you. Let that just inspire you that, hey, like this isn't over. I could get back on the field and be even better than I was before. And dude, if you do that, I absolutely think that it's going to provide hope for you. And I think you have a ton of potential to be even better than you were before.
Don't identify yourself as an injured player. You're still a player on the team. You may have a different role now, but you're still a player. And that's just as important as if you were on the field.
Exactly. Yeah, you see some of these players like turn into like they feel like they're just somebody in the stands, bro. You're still on the team. You're still important. You're just in a season of this is the time where I help in a different way than I did previously. And bro, if you can own that and really just do your best through that, I think that you'll return to the field in a lethal way. I think you'll be even better than you were before. A lot of times you learn things in the time you spend away from the physical side of something, especially like in sports like football. And so, dude, I think you will. I think you'll do great.